Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It with Charles and Denise. I am Denise. All right, I'm going to jump right into my review for this week. I am reviewing the movie Fatale. It is a Hulu original starring Hilary Swank, Michael Ealy, Mike Coulter, and Damaris Lewis. Wow, where do I start? Okay, this movie takes place in Las Vegas, the beginning of the movie, in terms of how the two main characters, Val, played by Hilary Swank, and Michael Ealy, who plays Derek, where they meet. They meet in Vegas. Derek is soon to be a married man, but he is having his bachelor fling in Las Vegas and, probably having some second thoughts about getting married as well, but, whatever. So he meets Val at the bar, and he notices that a previous gentleman tried to hit on her, and she, rebuffed him. And so, he's had a couple, and he kind of sort of hits on her in not an obvious way, but they have this kind of little innuendo conversation going, and you know what's going to happen. So they end up having a one-night stand, and then he goes back to, his fiance, and everything's cool. But when he gets back home, this particular evening, his home is invaded. Okay, someone breaks in, place is all in the shambles and so forth. They don't know who it is or what happened. Well, the detective that's on the case turns out to be Val, the woman that he had the one-night stand with. So, of course, he's got a total, oh, damn, feeling when he sees her. But she plays it cool. She does her job and so forth. So to give you a little background about her and her scheming and conniving ways, Val was once married to a politician. And one night she was in a drunken stupor and left her handgun out, and their daughter found the handgun, shot herself, became disabled. So, of course, the husband divorces her and says, you can't have any contact with her. So they have a big custody thing going. So you want to keep that, we want to table that and keep that off to the side. Keep that in your hip pocket. So once Derek realizes that, hey, you're the person that, I was in Las Vegas with, nobody, has to know about this. Well, she's got other plans because, her scheme and her plan for this man and his family and everything that happens after the robbery is just so bizarre and convoluted and, I guess, well thought out in her mind that this man is on pins and needles at every turn because she is plotting to frame him for the break-in of his own house. She has been trailing him, and not only him, but also his wife. And he finds out through Val that his wife-to-be is having an affair with his best friend and, business partner. So that puts him into a different frame of mind. So Val kind of thinks that she's got him over the barrel. Hey, look, she's having an affair. You're upset about it. I can help you. Well, turns out the fiance and the best friend end up dead. So every time Derek thinks that he has got the whole situation under control, he is now a suspect in the robbery of his own house. He's now a suspect in the killing of his fiance and the best friend. And it just goes on and on and on. This movie is a thriller, and you want to stay with it to see just how far this woman is going to go to frame him while at the same time trying to regain custody or get custody of her own daughter from her ex-husband. So you've got all of this stuff melding together, and she's just plotting and scheming, and Derek just finds himself caught up in all of her mess. A lot going on for a movie that's just about 90 minutes or so, but a lot is jam-packed into it. If you like Michael Ealy and Hilary Swank, of which I do, I like both of them, and I was really intrigued to see how what I thought was like an unlikely pairing of two people in an entanglement, in some type of affair, if you will. It was watchable. Some things were predictable, but there were enough twists and turns where even I thought, oh, I got this figured out. I know it's going to happen. And then, boom, the total opposite happened. And there were a lot of aha moments in this movie. So if you're looking for a thriller, Fatale might be the movie for you. This movie came out during COVID, and it was, on a streaming platform, but I refused to pay for it. So when I found it on Hulu for free, I was like, I'm all in. So that is my review for this week, the movie Fatale, starring Hilary Swank and Michael Ealy. So I am now going to jump into my Nailed It for this week. And my Nailed It for this week is Sarah Jessica Parker in the movie Sex and the City, the first one. I liked both movies, but the first one I really liked more. 3 scenes in particular are why Sarah Jessica Parker is my Nailed It this week. The jilted bride. That whole scene of her being jilted in the middle of the street in New York City and beaten big over the head with her bouquet was worth the price of admission. I felt that woman's pain, and I think I dropped a tear or two watching that scene. The second reason she's my Nailed It is she proved to be a ride or die BFF for Miranda, who on New Year's Eve was just having a moment, feeling down, feeling alone, and Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie Bradshaw, got out of her bed, put on an outfit, trudged through the snow and the subway system of New York City to just be there for her BFF. And then the third reason she's my Nailed It, the betrayal of her BFF. When they were in the restaurant on Valentine's Day and it was revealed that Miranda was probably the reason why Carrie and Big didn't get married, and Carrie cussed her ass out. I loved it. And I felt all of her pain through this movie. So she is my Nailed It. Sarah Jessica Parker in the movie Sex and the City. All right, folks. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Charles and Denise, and there we will be. All right, folks. So until next week, go watch a movie, because I'm going to watch a movie, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.